Hello my lovely rose souls, welcome to a powerful rose souls video. Welcome back to my channel, and for the first time I'm going to be doing one of my favorite videos to watch. You're gonna pick a pile. So I have 3 piles here and I'm going to do 3 corresponding readings. I have 3 preset piles of oracle cards. If you need a crystal to choose, I'm actually going to flip over the cards in a moment, but this is your message for 2025. So starting off the new year, what do you need to hear? So let's dive in. Use your intuition to pick a deck, whichever deck you are most drawn to. And like I said, if you need crystals, I'm going to flip those over. Pile 1, Amethyst. Pile 2, Aragonite. And pile 3, Blue Apatite. Again, apologies, my voice, I'm still sick, but you know what? We're not letting that hold us back in the new year. So, take a moment, take a couple deep breaths, and decide which pile you are going to choose. And I will see you when I see you. Okay, pile 1, this message is for you. What do you need to hear at the beginning of this new year? And it's okay if you're watching it in April, June, totally okay. Pile 1, I feel like you have such a deep message. I'm actually really excited. So, Amethyst, trust your intuition. Unicorn, indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Hawaiian Owl, your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. Abundance, bittersweet, and renewal. I feel like this year is going to be a huge year of following your intuition, allowing yourself to truly trust yourself and listening to your guides, really picking up and noticing signs. And it's going to be your most abundant year yet, and that's so incredibly exciting. Just gonna get started on shuffling here. Ooh, confirmation immediately. Yeah, this is gonna be your year of abundance, and I absolutely love that for you. Now, of course, so sorry. It's so funny. I was just about to say, now with with abundance and intuition and following all this stuff and renewal, I think you're going to be healing a lot of your old patterns and bad habits and just habits in general that have been keeping you back. When the 4 of Pentacles popped up and the 4 of Swords, I see you getting really real about healing all of the things that have previously been keeping you back. So coping mechanisms, I hear. You're going to be finding new coping mechanisms. If you're the kind of person who tends to spend money or impulse purchase or like, what do you call it? Retail therapy. If you're the kind of person who goes for retail therapy when you're not doing well or when you're stressed or when you're whatever, you're going to start to heal those. So bittersweet is you're going to be putting in the work. The healing and the change that's going to come is going to be so incredible and so worth it, but it is going to be a little bit of a challenge. You're going to have to go through the process of healing, finding new ways to cope, and sourcing new tools. Sourcing new tools is what came through. So you're going to have to literally build your little toolbox of ways that you're going to cope. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of you're gonna have to make some tough choices and start setting boundaries with yourself. You're gonna have to get super clear on what you want and why you want it. Before I got that, I was about to say, by the way, if you don't already know, I'm a hot mess reader, so just stick along for the ride. I don't know if anyone's heard about TBT, coping boxes. I don't know. I read it in just one of my cognitive behavioral therapy books. I love reading and I love psychology, so yeah. I love reading and I love psychology, so I love learning all about myself, the reasons why I do things, all that kind of stuff. Something I've been really excited about trying is the DBT box, and it is basically a box full of coping mechanism tools, all that kind of stuff. So when you're struggling, all you have to do, instead of trying to, you know, think about what tools to use and this and that, you keep them all in a little box. So what I notice is that you tend to feel emotions so strongly, and so they tend to take over. I don't know how to explain that, but it's like emotions hit you in waves, and when you're in the moment, it's so hard to deal with that and process. So the reason I'm suggesting, and again, I'm not a mental health practitioner, like this is not advice, this is not mental health advice, this is just me speaking on my own experiences and my own intentions and, you know, doing what I do. But I'm going to personally be making a box that has a bunch of my coping mechanisms for this new year. Again, take action. Sorry, all these little cards that unfortunately you can't see. I just realized I was such a hot mess. So sorry. So your emotions are so strong. When they hit, you can't necessarily think of any of the tools or coping mechanisms that you may require to get through that moment, because you're just so caught off guard and so full of emotion that you can't process or think. You're just like stuck. So by taking what you already know about yourself and what you've learned about yourself, taking a box or a bin and putting little coping mechanisms, or little tools, little like fidgets if you're into fidgets, a journal in case you want to journal, little notes, reminder of how powerful you are, how amazing you are, how much you truly deserve love and self-worth, and like just little things to remind yourself of how incredible you are, that you can get through it. For those of us who have like ADHD, you can have like a little notebook of step by step of what you need to do, like take deep breaths, you know, something to get you out of the cycle that you've been in, because again, this is the year of healing those things and following your intuition and doing what feels good to you. But that does come with acknowledging where you need work and learning to deal with your overflow of emotions. And once you get in a space where you're starting to cope in different ways and you're starting to truly make progress, you're gonna see so much abundance in your life. Like so much abundance. This is gonna be your most intuitive year yet. And you're gonna be in a space where you can create, where you can start, you know, manifesting that dream life at a rapid pace. Like I see things just happening so fast for you, because you are decisive, you know what needs change, and you are willing to do what it takes to make it work. You're not letting your emotions dictate everything that happens. And although you still stress, still have some issues, you know, we all do, healing is not linear. You now have better ways to cope. You know, you can rely on other people. I notice people in the background, like, you can ask for help. If you don't want to do the, you know, coping box or coping toolbox, then like just have a support person. Whatever you need to do to start making that change, you're going to do that this year. And it's going to completely change things for you. You're going to be able to sow more seeds, and you're going to be able to start truly making that shift. And I'm so excited for you. Let's see. Don't tolerate less than you deserve. Oh, I love that for you guys. Absolutely. And that also includes tolerating things that you do. Yeah. Strength. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. Absolutely. You are going to be plucking every weed and sifting through what you want to keep in your life and what you don't. This is truly going to be you honing in on what you want and you making the change to get there, and I'm so excited. Twilight, surrender to the last hour when light barely touches the flowers. That has multiple meanings, but what I really get is that you guys need to start courage when picking roses. Don't fear the thorns. Yeah, you're going to be getting so in touch and in tune with yourself. I also see the Hermit of Tarot. I know I didn't pull it, but it just popped into my head right here. So you guys are going to be truly taking time to step away, starting to spend more time in silence. I get like reflective energy, meditation. Like you're going to be taking the time to actually, it's like self-care. You know, like when we all, I don't, okay, I can't say we all. Some people meditate no problem, but like some of us, like me, like until I actually get there, I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to sit and meditate. But follow your intuition. If you think that you need time to pause and reflect and start allowing what no longer serves you to fall away, allowing your emotions to just be, we tend to, I say we because absolutely this would have been my pile as well if I were, we tend to try to resist. If we have some crappy feelings, we try to resist, and all that ends up doing is like putting us on edge and making us feel so crappy and like setting us up for, I don't want to say failure, but you don't feel good. It's not, you're not allowing anything to flow through to you. So if you want your intuition and your art, your creative energy to flow, you need to start focusing on less resistance and more cultivating your garden, allowing things to go, let go, plucking all the weeds out, knowing that you are strong enough to sit through the crappy feelings, reminding yourself that even when you're not, you're going to start building that toolbox of, okay, you know what, I didn't do this so well this time, I'm going to do better next time. And I love the garden theme because like, even with the renewal card, like you can see, like we go through waves, okay? We have to go through the crap to get to the good. You would not, you would not appreciate all the good in your life if you didn't have to go through the process. Okay, so have courage, right? When picking roses, don't fear the thorns. I'm gonna either have a whirlwind editing this or I'm just gonna leave it all in. We'll see. But yeah, don't fear the thorns. Life has thorns, and sometimes you get cut. But if you spend so much time avoiding the thorns, you're gonna miss out on those little snippets of intuitive wisdom and healing opportunities. Persevere. Leave no stone unturned. Exactly. Like I said, if you avoid, you're not gonna have those moments where you heal and you start cultivating that incredible garden. I just got the message of creating a mental serene space. And this is also something that I have been procrastinating, so I'm totally gonna call myself out here. But anytime I'm really struggling or like I don't know what to do, I don't know if you guys get this, but like sometimes I struggle with rest, and if I'm sitting there and I don't know what to do but I'm too tired to do anything, something I occasionally think of doing is creating this like mental sanctuary where I can visualize some sort of beautiful safe space for me. And I want to create and cultivate that, but then I never go through and do the next steps. Like if I'm ever stressed or whatever, I could just have this like mental sacred garden that I could come back to whenever I'm stressed and just kind of sit there and enjoy it. But I don't take the time to actually decide, okay, what would feel serene and what would feel safe to me? Do I want to visualize myself in a garden? Do I want to visualize myself in like a river? Or like what feels most soothing to me? What feels most serene, peaceful? Like what does my inner place of peace look like? So I really feel like this is going to be your year of navigating past wounds, past traumas with ease. And like I said, it's not going to be all easy, but you're going to be introducing new coping mechanisms and dealing with your emotions in new ways that is going to unlock so much more creative energy and space for your intuition to shine through. And that's going to lead you towards more abundance, less impulse spending, less, doing things that are not for the higher good. You're going to become very mindful with your decisions, less reactive, more mindful. And I love that. I love that for you guys. Any last messages for pile 1? I have a glass of water over here and I'm really drawn to that. And I'm seeing, so sorry. I'm just seeing in my mind's eye, like me picking up this water and like blessing it. Sorry, I might as well just pick it up. Blessing it, telling it everything, all the good. Like I am incredible. I trust my intuition. Like I am healed. I am like all that stuff. Speak it into your water and then chug it. Water holds energy. I don't know if anyone's tried the freezing water with crystals trick. I have, and I thought it was so cool. But if you freeze crystals in water in jars that can go in the freezer and you use distilled water, you'll see the different patterns they make. And they've actually done studies where they spoke to water with positive affirmations and negative affirmations and froze it, and they froze differently as well. So really, I feel like you guys need to do some sort of water ritual where you speak kindness and speak everything that you want to manifest for the new year into your water and then drink it. And you can make that like your new daily ritual. You can do that weekly. You can just do it once. That's what I see will be beneficial for you guys. So I hope that you guys got something out of this message. Again, if you like how I did this, I will improve. This is my first time, guys. I love watching these videos, but I've never done pile readings. I just love tarot so much, and I love the insight it can come from it. So if you like the style of this reading and want to see me do more, also sorry, my nervous habit is to just continue shuffling, so I apologize in advance if that sounds awful throughout the video. But yes, let me know down below if this resonated, what you got out of it, like what things you want to change, or what coping mechanisms that you want to change, because like I have a few myself. Let me know in the comments. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I wish you guys the best of luck for 2025. I'm so excited for you. Love you. Pile 2. Welcome to your message. Ooh, this is so different from pile 1. Oh, okay, pile 2s. I feel like 2024 was hard for you guys. Oh my gosh. I can like feel the heaviness of this deck. And this group, sorry. So Aragonite, release your emotional baggage. Weasel, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what's happening inside and all around you. Shark, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Wisdom, victim, release. I feel like you guys had such a hard, heavy year. You went through a lot in 2024, and you're just desperately hoping for a better new year. And like, I feel like you guys don't believe that the new year's gonna bring good things, which is so sad. But I also can understand, because you guys had a really hard year. Wow. I'm so sorry. All right. There is always a silver lining though, so don't you worry. I'm gonna start pulling in some more cards. So for your 2025, your guides want you to know that now is the year to release all that doesn't serve you. Start getting yourself, I see like getting yourself out of the holes that you have dug. Now, this is gonna, I feel like this group is gonna start getting a really harsh, brutal truth. So I apologize in advance. I read very bluntly. And I feel like this year is gonna be a wake-up call for you, to start stepping out of the victim mentality. You have a lot more power over your situation and over, you know, the things that you can control than you realize. And also you have the, ooh, oh yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. This is going to be the end of the hellhole chapter for you. This is going to be the end of you sitting in your victimhood, and this is going to be you taking back the reins, taking back the power. Okay? You're going to start trusting your instincts. You're going to know what needs to change, and you're not going to take any, you're not going to take anything outside of what you deserve. Okay. Now with this card here, and I'm still really drawn to this. So there's your emotions, and your emotional baggage has gotten in the way of you making clear and concise decisions. Okay. And you felt you were so incredibly trapped in so much that happened last year that like you guys didn't have the ability at the time to get yourself out. So this year, I want you to know that this is going to be the end. This is going to be the end of all the hurt, you know, well, okay, I can't say all the hurt, but the stuff keeping you stagnant, you're going to have the strength to push through. You're going to have the strength to be like, you know what? Okay, I could have done this better last year. Excuse me. I could have done this last year, but I had some stuff that I had to deal with. I had some stuff that I had to deal with. And now we're going to decide which path to take. I could stay scared and I could stay in the same BS that I had last year, or I can have the courage to step out and start taking the reins, taking control of my life. The weasel is sticking out to me again. They want, your guides want you to listen. They don't want you to act rashly. They don't want you to dive out of this water and like just run for any direction. They want you to stop and assess. They want you to focus on all the things, all the people. If there's been some shady people or some people who are no longer serving you or who are causing you more mental harm than good, you might need to release that. Oh yeah. Yeah. You definitely need to release and allow the things that are no longer serving you to yeet out of your life, okay? Because you're choosing to stay where you are. The more you decide not to deal with the people around you, the more you choose to not cut people out or deal with your emotional baggage and heal and focus on where you can do better, you're actually choosing to stay in the same cycle. And we don't want to stay in that cycle, okay? 2025 is your year to get out of that cycle. Sometimes, not all the time, like I said, some of the conflict can be self-created. So when you already feel like things are not going your way, you need to work on your foundation, okay? Ignore all the external people, all the external influence, I hear external validation. Start validating yourself. Start validating your own experience. I feel like some of you in pile 2 have put up with a lot, and you don't feel your experience is valid. Like, oh, well, like some people have it worse. But by keeping that mentality, you're just crumbling, and you keep fighting the same people, the same stuff. You keep allowing a lot of the trouble to stay in your life because people have it worse than you. And I hate when people get stuck in that. And you know what? Sometimes I have that mentality too. Sometimes if I don't catch myself, I could be like, oh, well, I don't have this much of a struggle, so like, you know, it is what it is. No. You need to focus on where the cracks are in your life to fix them, to build yourself up, and to not allow people to start picking away at your self-worth. I feel like a lot of you don't feel worthy of picking yourselves up. You don't want to be a burden and reach out to people who can actually help you. But now's the time, vibes. Now's the time to reach out. Now's the time to start making that change. You have the ability to create such... I was going to say abundance, but I don't want you guys to think that I mean like financial abundance. I mean, there is so much more that life has to offer you if you have the strength to reach out and take it. Pile 2, 2025 is going to be your year of getting super, super real with yourself and how you have allowed your own cycles to continue. This is not a bad thing. This means that this is your year where you're going to start realizing your worth and your power. Because I feel like you guys have felt like you do not have much power in your life to change, to make waves, to even just dig yourself out. But you have so much more capability and ability than you know. You just have to start trusting yourself. Start being aware of what negative self-talk is actually you or if it's coming from someone else. Your self-trust is lacking. And because your self-trust is lacking, you're allowing yourself to stay in those same cycles. So group 2, your guides want you to start letting go, to start getting out of your comfort zone, to release all of that baggage that is no longer serving you, and to start digging yourself out bit by bit. Because there is so much inner wisdom, and you have good instincts, but there's so much fear clouding that judgment that you can feel like it's an uphill battle and you don't know what decision to make. But you know. Don't let fear get in the way. Do not react based on fear either. Like, I don't want you to start chopping people and, you know, you pay attention. Take some time to reflect, pay attention, and then take decisive action with your life. Because you do have the power. You have so much more power and potential, and you are so much more capable than you even know. You just have to start picking up the tools around you and start creating, okay? I feel like this deck is such a heavy, heavy feeling, and I feel like this message is not going to please a lot of people. I feel like you're going to be a little upset with some of the things that I've said. But in order for you to make that change and make 2025 the best that it can be, and to start, you know, start a new cycle and to fully finish off the cycle from last year, you are going to have to get super real and start taking action. And sometimes the best action is no action at all. But I have a feeling that you're going to need to really assess and evaluate what action you need to take without added emotion. Because you don't want to react in an emotional state. You want to actually sit back and assess where you are, acknowledge where you could have went wrong or where you could have done things differently, and then move forward from there. If you don't assess the emotional baggage, it's going to stick around, guys. So don't create more mess for yourselves. Be extremely decisive and knowledgeable when you take action. And you guys are, like I said, you guys are so strong for getting through your 2024. Because again, I feel the weight of your 2024. And I'm so excited for that cycle to end for you guys. So your message is one of, I feel like, a heavy hope. Like, you're not quite at the point where you're like, yes, okay, let's do this. We got 2025. But this is going to be a big chapter for you guys to finally close off. Like, finally separate yourself from 2024 and decide, you know what? No, that I did the best with what I could. I did the best with the knowledge that I had at the time, and I'm going to create a better 2025 for myself. I'm not going to allow the same patterns to continue into 2025. Just going to add some change. Yep. As with falling leaves, embrace change. Wallflower, look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. I like that. Again, I go same with the crack here. Like, look for the cracks. See where you can start building your proper foundation. Like, you have, I'm so sorry, this is chaos. You have all the tools at your disposal. See where you can start using them. Do not be afraid of change. Because there's going to be so much more joy in your life when you start taking that decisive action. This is a good sign, guys. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, I'm so happy for that. I'm going to pull one more card, and I will finish off that last little reading. Serenity. Value quiet days with only the rustling leaves breaking the silence. I feel like this goes really well with the weasel. Value the days where you can just sit back and be and start, you know, observing things around you. It's okay to just sit and observe. You don't have to constantly change, heal, grow. Like, you can have those days where you just be. And you'll start finding joy in those days. Break those cycles, guys. All right, pile 2. That's the end of your reading. Your reading feels so heavy and so weighted. There's still more to be said, but I think each of you individually have such a different story and such a different, I feel like your guides would have a lot more to say for individual people. So if you are interested in an actual reading from me, not just a collective reading, you can reach out. There's such a heavy weight here. I wish I could keep talking, but this is just the beginning for you guys. Like, I feel like you guys are exhausted after all the weight of last year and you don't want to push forward. But take some time to relax and know that you can create the change that you need. And if you need help trying to figure out where that change like where to begin with that change, what you need to release, what you need to let go of, what you can start focusing on to cultivate joy, you know, figuring out how to navigate the cracks in your foundation, please reach out to me. But I love you guys, and I hope that this finds you well. Please comment below and let me know if you guys are doing okay. If you're doing okay, or if you just want to follow for support or like connect with people who are in the same boat as you. But I love you guys. Have a great day. Okay, group 3. Here is your message for 2025. This is your year of coming into yourself, of starting to get out of your comfort zone and start thriving on your own. This is your year of self-discovery, of spending time being grateful for absolutely everything that 2024 has taught you, and also realizing where you've been overdependent, codependent, where you've been leaning on people instead of trusting your own judgment. With the cat and the tortoise, like, you're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. You've had so much going on, and so much, not even just, it doesn't have to be bad things going on. It could just be you've kind of wanted a lot of different things in 2024, and 2025 is going to be your year of getting yourself grounded and narrowing down what you want, what path you are going to be walking. The getting out of your comfort zone. I find a lot of us tend to stay in our comfort zone because we feel safe, and we like, but we're gonna have to start filling up our cups. We're gonna have to start taking risks and making choices more mindfully on what we want, getting clear on our direction for the new year while making sure to stay grounded. Sorry, there's a lot of different energy here. The last group was such a heavy energy that I'm still trying to rebound from that. I'm gonna be real honest. Like, I'm feeling so drained from that last group, which is totally okay. But your energy here feels like chaotic but fresh. It doesn't feel like you're struggling. It doesn't feel like I just feel like you're indecisive. You're not quite sure what route to take. You're easily swayed by those around you. And honestly, sometimes I'm the same too. So, like, this is not a bad thing. But 2025 is going to be the year where you need to spend time being grateful for everything that happened last year and where you are. I get the feeling of picking yourself up, relinquishing the hold that people have over you, and cultivating self-love and self-trust so that you can start grounding yourself and learning to trust your instinct, learning to trust that you know where your life is going and what you want from yourself. Learn to fill your own cup. You're going to be embarking on a journey and a new path this year, one that can lead you to literally, you're going to be embarking on a new path this year. You're going to be starting something, and you're going to have a lot of passionate energy once you start filling in those pieces and start going out on your own. You're going to start creating that dream life that you always wanted, but you have to get really real on what that is. And once you do figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, and start actually trusting your instincts and supporting yourself and not relying on what other people think, your life's gonna totally pole vault into your new reality. And it's important that you focus on where you've come from, because you're not gonna feel like it's going as fast as you want it to. And you're gonna be so torn between, should I keep going? Should I, try something different? You need to keep going forward. You need to keep moving forward, because the indecisiveness is what's holding you back. Your indecisiveness is what's keeping you following others and listening to other people over yourself. So you're going to have to pull up your, your big girl pants or your big boy pants and choose your own path for yourself. Start following your instincts once you get grounded. The important thing is actually taking time to fill up your own cup, Start spending time in gratitude, focusing on the things that you enjoy, and deciding where you want to go, regardless of the opinions of others. Because I get the feeling that a lot of your staying in the comfort zone is because you're too afraid to set out on your own based on the opinions of others. But that's not going to matter so much near the end of 2025. You're going to start owning your life and making a lot more decisions and taking actions a lot more easily once you do that reflection. And you're going to be able at the end of 2025 to be like, holy crap, look how far I've come. But not without being grateful for all the steps that come there, okay? So your 2025 isn't going to pull together until closer to the end of the year, but it's going to be in all the small steps, in all the small little changes throughout the year, and you're not even going to notice until you have a full garden. I hope you get what I mean. I hope you get what I mean there, because like sometimes without spending time in gratitude, and I'm so guilty for this, I spend so much time trying to achieve that I don't even notice how far I've come. And again, this is letting go of that, letting go of needing to be in a certain place at a certain time, letting go of the striving, letting go of a specific desired outcome. Know where you want to go, but don't be so focused on getting there that you lose sight of the whole path. Okay? It's important that you just got out of the water. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be so accomplished, so whatever. Like, you're gonna feel like life's not happening fast enough, but I assure you it is. You're just not noticing it because you're not noticing all the little steps that you took to get there. Okay? You are incredible. You are powerful. You have the power to create such an incredible life and start, you know, doing all the things that you want to do while maintaining a healthy balance and taking care of yourself. You don't want to burn out doing 20 different things. You want to get clear on what you want, your overall goal, and just allow it to happen. Allow it to unfold. I'm being called to give you a personal example here. I have a small business, and actually I'll just show you. I sell sun catcher bracelets and keychains and, you know, like little candle protection spells and stuff. Oh goodness, I hope I can put this back. And I have not made very many sales since I've started, like physical sales. More of my sales have been for my crochet patterns and stuff like that. So I keep focusing on where I have not had a lot of success, and I keep striving for different projects right now. But I'm not paying attention to the fact that, like, I've made sales. It might not be where I thought it would be, but I'm still living my dream life. My work-life balance is incredible. I might not be making the money I had hoped I'd be making at this time, but that's gonna come. I don't want to overburden myself and focus on where I'm not, and focus on the fact that I can be helping people, that I help people every single day. I motivate, I inspire, I am so incredibly happy with my family, home life, and my work life, and I'm so thoroughly happy doing what I'm doing that it doesn't matter that it's not taking off as fast as I would have hoped. And that's where the gratitude and the balance and, you know, knowing where you want to go without continually striving to get there. So focusing on the journey, just focusing on taking that little step. One little step out of the water may not get you all the way down the line, but you need to... I can hear my daughter playing the recorder in the background. I'm so sorry if you hear that. But you need to focus on every single step and be proud of yourself, because things will happen a lot faster than you expect, but it's not going to feel that way if you're focusing on how far you have to go. So spending more time being grateful that I have sold some of my jewelry and the people who bought it love it. And start focusing on the fact that I get to sit here and film videos, you know, and help people through tarot and stuff like that. That may not have been where I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to end up taking a completely different route, but sometimes that's how that happens. And when you start focusing on all those little things that happen throughout the way, and, you know, all those good memories and things that went well for you in 2024, you're going to realize that it doesn't matter how scary it was to take the first step, as long as you see how many first steps you've taken. Once you realize and look back and go, holy crap, like, look how far I've come already. And all those scary first steps, I've already conquered a bunch. You're going to truly open yourself up for this huge shift. So I don't want you to focus on the huge shift to come, because I just want you to focus on your first step and appreciating every moment and focusing on not what's to come, but where you've been, and being so proud of yourself. I am actually going to pull on this card though, because I don't want to leave you hanging. Oh, yeah. Okay. Perfect. Once you are able to take that step and start pulling yourself together, stop relying on what other people think of you and start pushing forward on your own. Start taking control of your life and focusing on the next step and the next step and doing things for yourself. That shift is going to feel like it's going to feel like things are falling apart, or you don't know what's happening and you're not sure things aren't happening how you wanted it to. But I assure you, you're going to be finishing off 2025 feeling so incredible. You're going to feel like, look at this. You're going to have to go through navigating a bunch of stuff, but you're going to get into your, like, happy girl era, I hear. Where you're just so abundant, full of inspiration, full of ideas, full of confidence. The confidence that you're going to have by the end of 2025 is just chef's kiss, you know? So keep striving, guys. Like, the end of 2025 is going to be your year, and 2026 is just going to be the best. So not to not be excited for this, like, 2025 is going to be such a great year as well, but for different reasons. Dream. Have a cup of tea in the garden and find yourself a good book. Let yourself dream of all that you can accomplish. If you've had, like, parents or friends or people around you tell you that you can't do something, don't let that stop you from dreaming. Again, the over-dependency on others and not being grounded enough, not seeing your own power, not seeing, you know, living in fear. Like, I'm getting that vibe. Rest. Slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. Again, your big shining moments aren't going to happen until the end of the year. Okay, so don't try to push it. Don't try to speed it up. Take rest. Allow yourself to sit and dream and just be. Okay? Trust your instincts. Trust that you know what you're doing. And you'll get there. And Wallflower, look for the crack in the concrete to find your way out. There is always a solution. If you want something, you can make that happen. People are going to test you. They're going to tell you, oh, that's not a good idea. But deciding to not listen to them and to listen to yourself, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be very uncomfortable and very scary to do things on your own against what people think you should be doing. Move. A rolling stone gathers no moss, but you need to do it. So whatever you've been wanting to do, whatever you've been wanting to create, do it. Don't get stuck in trying to get to the finish line, but enjoy the process. Allow yourself to be afraid and still do it. Allow yourself to ground, to rest, to dream, and still work towards your goals. You're going to end up at the end of 2025 feeling so confident and so grateful for everything. You just have to plant the seeds. Okay? And on the end note, persevere. Leave no stone unturned. Love that for you guys. I'm sorry that your reading was so all over the place, but we got to the point. We got there. And you know what? That's going to be exactly a reflection of your year, okay? You're not going to know exactly if what you're doing is right or whatever. You just got to keep taking the next step. And you'll get to the point where you're sitting amongst the flowers. I am so proud of you guys, and I'm so excited for your 2025, and then your 2026 is going to be even better, and I love that for you. So if you resonated with any of this, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you've been procrastinating something, or if the judgments, fears, or opinions of others have stopped you from working towards your goals. Let me know. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for popping by. I hope you have an incredible day.